Airport Field here in Charlottesville, Virginia, for another edition of Tom Sox Baseball. I'm Luke Ned Carney. My partner tonight is Alex Rocco. And Alex, the weather is hot, and so are the Sox. 3 wins in a row, 3 of 4 since the All-Star break. And what's it going to take to keep it going here tonight?
Well, that's exactly right, and what's really stood out to me about this mini 3-game winning streak for the Tom Sox is that in most of these games they've been trailing by a couple of runs, so it's these late-game comebacks, and while the offense may not have been there in the first 2 victories of this 3-game winning streak, as they only scored 3 runs, last night it exploded for over 10 runs, getting contributions up and down the lineup, and what the Tom Sox are going to need to do is they need to build on it and continue to get contributions up and down their lineup, and if you have all 9 guys hitting, you're going to have some success.
Tom Sox 2-0 already against Culpeper this season. Already the 2 wins on the road, so here the first time these 2 teams will meet. Cavaliers are the new kids on the block, if you will, their first season here in the Valley Baseball League, and they have a record of 9-13 and come in with a lineup that looks like this. Jack Tarosian leads things off. He's in left field, followed by the shortstop, Connor Butler. Second baseman David Coppage bats third, followed by the cleanup man, Kian Vu. He's in center field. Reese Beeler is the first baseman. He bats fifth. Keith Savoy, the right fielder behind him in the outfield, batting sixth. And 7, 8, 9 for the Culpeper Cavaliers. Charles Crawford, the third baseman. Ryan Peterson, the catcher, and Grayson Fitzwater, the designated hitter, rounds things out. They'll have Johan Franco on the mound against the Tom Sox with Shane Stossel out of Mount Lebanon, and a big, hefty right-hander on the mound here for the Tom Sox with a lineup in the field that looks like this defensively. Brady Gumpf in left, David Wiley in center, Hollis Porter in right, Connor Hinks at third, Kyle Edwards at short. On the right side of the infield, Bryce Martinez is at second, and Alex Boucher is the first baseman tonight. Salvi Alvarez catches for Stossel, and the designated hitter tonight is the home run champ and the hero from Thursday night, Derek Williams. So the Tom Sox warming up in the lime green sleeveless jerseys with the blue, navy blue sleeves, gray and white Tom Sox written on the front with navy blue numerals on the front and back, white caps, navy blue bills, white pants for the Sox, and the Cavaliers with the traveling gray uniforms, navy blue and gold trim, the blue hats and batting helmets. A good sharp-looking uniform matchup here tonight.
That's exactly right. Both uniforms are really visually pleasing to look at, so hopefully this game is exactly like the uniforms, and if it is, we're in for a thriller here tonight.
Our umpires for tonight, Rob Root calls the balls and strikes. He's got the light blue shirt with the hockey mask, and Fred Shaner, a league veteran, is out in the field this evening. And leading off for the Cavaliers, Jack Tarosian, the left fielder, lefty batter facing the right-handed Shane Stossel, and he's out of Omaha, Nebraska, and Creighton, alma mater of Brian O'Connor, University of Virginia baseball coach, who is, I'm told, will be in attendance tonight. As the first pitch from Stossel from the windup catches the outside corner for a strike, and we are underway here at 7:02 in Charlottesville. Tom Sox are 2-0 thus far against the Cavaliers. Come into this game winning 3 in a row. Back and forth affair in Covington last night. The 0-1 is hit foul back to the backstop, 0-2.
Tonight marks the first start of the year for Shane Stossel, and this has been the 3rd or 4th time that Lyndon Coleman has wanted to pitch with Stossel, but whether it's rain delays, a lot of rainouts, just a lot of makeup games, Stossel is yet to get his opportunity, but here he is tonight.
0-2, time called now by the batter, Tarosian, in an 0-2 hole. We do have the pitch clock in effect here in the Valley League. Time kept by the base umpire. Now Stossel ready to deliver, winds up, fires, and that one misses just low. 1 and 2. First batter of the game, Tom Sox and Cavaliers. The windup, the kick, the delivery from Stossel. Called third strike on a curveball, and that one came in and dipped in for a nice start for the Tom Sox pitching.
Excellent movement there on the breaking pitch from Shane Stossel. Had Tarosian set up on the inside part of the plate, went to the outside part, and it's a good way to start off your pitching debut if you're Shane Stossel.
An old school punch out from Rob Roop. He brings the hand high like Hunter Wendelstedt used to do, and then bangs it on a called third strike. As batting second for Culpeper, is Connor Butler, the shortstop, who fouls the first pitch back. Second batter of the ball game here on a hot night in Charlottesville. It's been muggy, but we'll take it over the rain that we had last week. Stossel looking in. Now he fires from the letters, and another high foul ball. This one is out toward the right field line, and it goes out of play. 0-2 the count now. Stossel, 5 strikes through his first 6 pitches. Looks in, shakes off a sign from his catcher Alvarez. Now he takes it, winds up, fires, and that one stays just inside. So not missing by much when he misses.
He's been around the plate through the first 7 pitches, like you mentioned, 5 of which being strikes, and that's exactly what you want to see. Stossel not being afraid to challenge the early hitters in this lineup.
1-2 on the way. Stossel kicks and delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a ball way out of the strike zone over in the opposite batter's box, and that was the worst pitch he's thrown all night, but it delivers a strikeout.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Shane Stossel, whether he's bringing the velocity with the fastball or a lot of movement on his breaking pitches. It's been nice to see him so far and set down 2 tough hitters into Rogine and Butler.
Second baseman David Coppage digs in for Culpeper, utility player. He can also play some outfield out of Midlothian, Virginia, outside Richmond, and he plays collegiately at Lipscomb. And Stossel fires in a fastball on the first pitch, and that ball is stung down the left field line, but it's just foul. Break for the Tom Sox.
Coppage has had a lot of success so far this season, coming into tonight hitting .271, has flashed the power with 5 doubles, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs.
0-1 the count now. Stossel set down the first 2 Culpeper batters in order as the sun peeks out, and a nice pitch there out, down and away, and Coppage goes fishing and comes up empty. It's 0-2. Base is empty, 2 away. Top of the first. Stossel from the windup, 58-footer there. It bounces, good block there by Alvarez, though nobody on base to do any advancing. Tom Sox come in having won 3 in a row. As the 1-2 comes in from Stossel, swing and a miss. Strike 3, tried to hold up but went too far. And the Tom Sox get a strong first inning from the big man from Lebanon Valley. Striking out the side, and the Tom Sox will come to bat for the first time tonight. This is Tom Sox TV. Bottom of the first here at CHO Airport Field. Tom Sox strike out the side in the top half of the inning. Luke Nadkarni, Alex Rocco back here with you as the Tom Sox come to bat for the first time tonight with a lineup that looks like this. Kyle Edwards, the shortstop, leads off, followed by his middle infield mate Bryce Martinez at second base. Derek Williams is the designated hitter batting third, and Alex Boucher bats cleanup. He's at first base. Hollis Porter, the right fielder, bats fifth. Connor Hinks, the third baseman, bats sixth, and 7-8-9 for the Tom Sox. Center fielder David Wiley, catcher Salvador Alvarez, and left fielder Brady Gumpf as digging in against Johan Franco, the right-hander for the Cavaliers, who sports a bright red glove, as well as the Culpeper defense as this at-bat goes along. Kyle Edwards, a stalwart in the field and at the plate for the Tom Sox, and he swings at the first pitch and misses 0-1. Jack Tarosian in left, Kian Vu in center, Keith Savoy in right, the outfield. And Kyle Edwards, 0-1. As Franco winds up, Edwards takes the ball, and he'll be featured on tomorrow's podcast On Deck with the Tom Sox. So stick around for that. In between games here at CHO Airport Field, we'll have another one tomorrow. So the 1-1 is upstairs, 2-1. Infield for Culpeper, Charles Crawford at third, Connor Butler at short, David Coppage at second, and Reese Beheeler at first. The 2-1 to Edwards is in the dirt and stopped by the catcher, Ryan Peterson. As Tom Sox look to get their leadoff man aboard. Edwards out of Old Dominion. Facing a 3-1 count. Hits this one sharply, but foul down the left field line. Trayvon Smith coaches at first for Charlottesville. Brian Worth down at third. And the payoff to Edwards is hit a couple of hops through the hole at third and short, and the Tom Sox have a leadoff base hit and a man aboard.
That's exactly how you want to start off the game if you're Kyle Edwards. Have a long at-bat against Franco, foul off some tough pitches, and just take what Franco was offering on the 3-2 pitch, not doing too much with it, get a nice leadoff single.
So we'll see if that Tom Sox famous running game will be in action here as Bryce Martinez comes to the plate. Martinez out of Wofford. Edwards takes a big lead, dances off as Martinez hits this one on the ground. High hop, fielded by the shortstop Butler. 6-4 for the out at second. The throw to first is high, and it bounces away, and not going to be enough to get any advancement, or was it a dead ball? If we'll see a runner advance. It's going to be a fielder's choice. And no, the runner's staying at first. The umpire was just calling time, so one base runner eliminated. The second baseman, Coppage, skied it over the head of the first baseman, Beeler, and now Martinez safe at first, and Edwards is eliminated from the base paths. That'll bring up Derek Williams, the designated hitter, who won the home run derby a week ago in Front Royal, and then had a game-changing 3-run homer on Thursday night against Stanton in the 7th inning. He looks at a curveball that doesn't really break in, and it's 1-0.
He also hit a big-time home run last night to make it a 9-8 ball game. So from not having any home runs before the home run derby, he's having a little bit of power surge after the All-Star break, now with 2 in his last 3 contests.
Not easy to get it out down there at Casey Field in Covington, and he's ahead 2-0 as that pitch comes in low. Third baseman Crawford hugs the line. Beeler holding on Martinez at first, and the 2-0 misses just outside. From the stretch, Franco fires upstairs, and that's nowhere close. Tom Sox now with 2 base runners following the 1-out walk.
Well, it just looked like Franco couldn't have any command of the strike zone in that bat with Williams, and have to give Derek Williams some credit. Didn't expand the zone, didn't go out and chase, and watch 4 pitches go by, and now is on with a 1-out walk.
So now the percentage of Old Dominion players that have batted for the Tom Sox rises to 50% as Alex Boucher comes up at first base tonight. And the ball stays upstairs and inside as Franco having some trouble finding the zone. Martinez, the runner on second. Williams on first, 1 away. Cavaliers would like a double play here as that one finds the zone, 1-1. Boucher from Norfolk. Facing a 1-1 count with 2 men on, 1 out. Franco kicks from the stretch, fires, and a good off-speed pitch there dives in and Boucher swings and misses 1 and 2. Tom Sox 12 and 7 here on the season, looking to get either lucky or unlucky win number 13, depending on how you look at it. Sun now spilling out well onto the field. Temperature was in the 90s today here in Charlottesville. The 1-2 coming to Boucher. Martinez takes off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw down to third is late, and Williams will take second behind him. So an unproductive at-bat in and of itself there for Boucher, but the Tom Sox get a couple of stolen bases and 2 men in scoring position now for Hollis Porter.
On the throw down from Peterson to third base, he hesitated for a while, and you can't afford to have any sort of hesitation, especially when you have a runner as fast as Bryce Martinez attempting to steal a base, and Martinez easily swipes third. Now the Tom Sox have runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
Hollis Porter, the right fielder from Mississippi State, with a chance to drive in a couple early runs here with 2 away. Second and third for the Tom Sox. He puts a charge into this one. Left center field. Long run over, tracking and making the grab is Kien Vu into left field in front of Tarosian. So a well-hit ball, but hangs up just enough for the Cavaliers to get out of the inning. So the Tom Sox get 1 hit. There was 1 Culpeper error, but no runs scored. And we go to the second, tied 0-0. This is Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox unable to get 2 runners on, even though getting them in scoring position.
Going back, though, you have to look at how dominant Shane Stossel was in his first inning this summer with 3 straight strikeouts, and he only made 1 appearance last summer in Charlottesville, but in that game provided a crucial 5 2/3 innings of relief, threw over 100 pitches, and in today's game, especially in the VBL, it's very hard to see pitchers go that far and get a lot of length, but Stossel came up clutch in his first appearance last summer. Let's see if he can keep it going this summer.
Center fielder Kien Vu leads off for Culpeper. He had that nice catch to end the inning on a fly ball from Hollis Porter, and he takes the ball outside. Out of Arizona State, alma mater of Barry Bonds. Stossel winds up, kicks, and fires, and that one is grounded foul off the Tom Sox dugout fence as Sergio Rivera, who is getting the day off today, goes out and shags the ball. So I guess he's not technically getting the day off. He's just not in the lineup. The 1-1 to Vu, swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside corner, and Stossel getting a lot of swings and misses early.
And Vu's one of the top hitters, not only in this Culpeper lineup, but in the VBL coming into tonight, hitting .364.
The 1-2 from Stossel is hit slowly on the ground and foul again down the first base side. Stossel got 2 swinging strikeouts in the first inning, 1 looking. From the windup, the 1-2 fires and just misses, I believe, upstairs. 2-2. has yet to get to a 3-ball count. To Stossel, and he delivers another foul ball from Vu, and that one goes off the fence in the backstop. Two-2 the count. Bases empty, top of the second. No score here at CHO Airport Field. Stossel winds up, and that one is hit foul again, so Stossel having to work a little bit harder here in the second so far.
It's a tough battle between Stossel and Vu here, and you have to give credit to Vu, fouling off a lot of tough pitches, staying alive in this at-bat, and working to get pitches that he can drive and get on for a leadoff hit.
8th pitch of the at-bat incoming. Looking in Stossel. He delivers, and this one is hit well to center field. Going back, and it's going to be a tough play, and it's going to go off the wall on the fly. David Wiley catches up to it, but Vu wins the battle there. And the Culpeper Cavaliers with a no-out double and have a runner in scoring position right off the bat.
That's just an excellent piece of hitting there for Kia and Vu. Fouled off a lot of tough pitches from Stossel. Looked at a couple of pitches and then got one that he could drive, and he made no mistake putting it into the deepest part of the park. If he hooks that down the right field line, that's potentially a solo home run to kick off this inning, but drives it deep into center field and now is on second with a leadoff double.
Perhaps making us believers in voodoo as Reese Beeler, the first baseman, digs in with an opportunity for an RBI. We'll see if they put Vu in motion here. Stossel looking back. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball.
Vu has stolen 8 bases this season, so especially for Salvi Alvarez behind the dish, he has to do a good job keeping the balls in front of him and not let anything go past, so Vu can move up 90 feet.
Tom Sox were unable to get a couple guys home from scoring position in the bottom half of the first. Here we are in the top of the second, nobody out, and the 1-0 is a curveball that dips in for a strike. Beeler also out of Arizona State. Going to drive his college teammate in. Sun Devils narrowly missed out on the NCAA tournament this season. The 1-1, another curveball, and that's at the letters for a strike. Nothing our score here in the top of the second inning. 1-2 the count on the 5-hole hitter, Beeler. And that one comes inside and hits him, and that's a tough break there for the Tom Sox. You're ahead of the hitter there. As Lyndon Coleman is up in front of the dugout. Nobody's throwing in the bullpen right now, but you wonder if he might be coming out there to have a talk at some point. As the Cavaliers threatening here now. Keith Savoy, the right fielder, digs in. Out of Georgetown, native of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Just a stone's throw from FedEx Field, the most beautiful stadium in football. And he swings the first pitch and misses. It's strike one.
Can't believe you really just said that.
It is no CHO Airport Field, we'll say that. The 0-1 from Stossel fouled back and out of play, and this would be a really big strikeout to pick up here with 2 men on and nobody out.
That's exactly right, and for Stossel, was ahead of Beeler, just lost out on a curveball that ran too far inside, but now you're up in the count again here against Savoy, 0-2, have to put him away and at least get one out.
The 0-2 comes in. It's a breaking ball, and Savoy spoils it back off the backstop and actually careens toward the Tom Sox dugout where two guys want to fight over it, just like the kids you see running after the ball. Tom Sox 2-0 thus far against the Cavaliers this season, both games up in Culpeper. Shane Stossel in a little bit of trouble here in this top of the second inning. It's 0-2, but the Cavaliers have 2 men on with nobody out. Stossel fires in a fastball, and that one is hit foul over the batting cage. As As our home plate umpire, Rob Root, requests some new balls for the dugout. They are delivered by David Utagawa, pitcher who is ostensibly going to be off tonight since he's not in the bullpen. Now another 0-2 to Savoy, and another foul ball. And Alex, we saw this in the leadoff at-bat in the inning. Vu working a good at-bat with some foul balls and then getting a double.
Well, it's also on the flip side, for Stossel out on the mound. He's still trying to find his put-away pitch, and especially in this second inning where he had the punch-out pitch, working in the first inning, getting 3 strikeouts. He hasn't had that same bite here in inning number 2.
The 0-2 is hit in the air, left field by Savoy, but it's going to be directly at Brady Gumpf, who actually has to just come in a couple steps to make the catch, and that's big that it was hit to left field because now no runners could advance there. So the Tom Sox get an out, a much-needed first out. Now the third baseman, Charles Crawford, comes up for Culpeper. Ivy League man out of Brown University, native of LaGrange, Georgia. And he bats from the left side against the right-handed Stossel as the Tom Sox shift into double play depth. Runners take off. The pitch is called a strike. The throw down to second by Alvarez is late by a half second, as a good slide in there by the runner Beeler. So 2 stolen bases there for Culpeper. They were not going to have a chance at Kien Vu, who was heading for third, but just a tick too late.
I like the idea from Alvarez. Obviously, you're not going to catch up to the speed with Vu running to third, but Beeler, not really known for his speed, going into second. Strong throw from Alvarez, just couldn't get him in time.
Now second and third for Culpeper here with 1 out. Crawford, the batter, in the 7-hole, facing an 0-1 count against Stossel. Stossel from the stretch delivers and misses low and outside. Now Alvarez's job becomes even more important. Not let anything by you. Count is even 1-1, 1 away. Tom Sox have the infield back to, I think, get the out in exchange for the run. As the 1-1 is downstairs, 2-1. Long pause now from the stretch. Stossel kicks, delivers, and a nice-looking pitch there on the inner half and a swing and a miss. This would be another big strikeout to get. Seems like he's gotten 2 strikes on just about everybody.
He's done a nice job getting to 2 strikes, but especially in this inning, he needs to get back to where he was at in the first inning, putting hitters away.
2-2 the count, 1 away, second and third. Kick, delivery, and it's a swing and a miss in the dirt. They're going to have to throw to first. Alvarez chases the runner down the line while the pitcher Stossel comes home to make sure nobody tries to advance there, and they throw down to Boucher at first for the out. So a strikeout, 2-3, and now a big second out for the Tom Sox, who have a chance of escaping the very situation that they were unable to capitalize on in the first.
Well, just another nice piece of pitching there from Stossel, getting Crawford to expand the zone there, and Alvarez making the easy throw down to first base. And if you can get out of this situation, know that you couldn't capitalize on it offensively, but you have to think that it gives you some momentum getting out of a crucial jam.
It'll be up to catcher Ryan Peterson, the 8-hole hitter. Keep things going for Culpeper. Righty on lefty matchup, and a swing and a miss on a fastball from Peterson, who comes from VMI. A little bit undisciplined from a military man on that swing. He's a native of Virginia Beach. Also listed as a first baseman. The 0-1, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch low, and now Stossel 1 pitch out away from getting out of it.
Peterson just expanding his zone there on the first 2 pitches, and let's see if Stossel can once again get back-to-back punch-outs here and emphatically close out the second inning.
Cavaliers with a hit and a hit by pitch here in this top of the second. This one is hit the opposite way, foul territory, and it'll get just out of play as a trio of children go running after it. And somebody gets an elbow and a hip check. Wow, it gets nasty out there for those foul balls.
It really does. You know, you see a lot of kids run out for the balls, and a lot of teams here in the VBL offer prizes, lollipops, and everything. So it's a game inside of a game.
0-2 the count still. The kick, the delivery from Stossel on the ground foul toward the Tom Sox dugout as a couple of them have to jackknife out of the way. Culpeper got the first 2 men on here in this inning. Had our first hit by pitch of the game. Now Stossel with an 0-2 count. And a swing and a miss from Peterson. Actually a foul tip into the mid of Alvarez. All the same, Tom Sox get out of the inning stranding a pair of Culpeper runners in scoring position. A hit, no errors, no runs, and 2 men left on base as we go to the bottom of the second. Culpeper 0, the Tom Sox 0. This is Tom Sox TV. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the second. These teams have exchanged threats, but no one has pushed across a run. Both teams getting second and third. But each pitcher getting out of it. Johan Franco for the Cavaliers out for inning number 2, and Shane Stossel with an emphatic strikeout to get the Tom Sox out of the top of the second. As Connor Hinks leads things off for the Tom Sox. He's at third base tonight. I think he's been at a different position every game I've done this year. We've seen him in the outfield. We've seen him at first, second base as well. The Notre Dame player out of the Chicagoland area fouls this one in the air to the left side. It's going to stay in the yard. Can anyone get there? It's a dive and unable to make the grab. A nice effort there from Jack Tarosian. Ball was in the bullpen, so I'm not sure if it would have counted or not, but still, what an effort.
He traveled a long way for that baseball, and at the end went with the full head-first dive, almost Superman-esque, but Tarosian just couldn't come up with the grab.
And the humidity out there, the heat that's been here, it's no small feat to make a run like that, as the shadows are just starting to creep over on that left-hand side. 0-2 the count to Hinks, who is at third base tonight. Righty on lefty matchup. Franco from the winds up and handcuffs him. Wow, nice looking breaking ball there as the punch out for strike 3, and the Tom Sox have 1 out recorded here in the bottom of the second.
That was an excellent off-speed pitch there from Franco, and has a lot of velocity on the fastball, but anytime you have an off-speed pitch that has the movement that Franco does, it's extremely impressive.
That'll bring up David Wiley, the center fielder. Another one of those Wofford players, native of Statham, Georgia. And he foul tips the first pitch back behind the catcher. It's 0-1.
Franco came into tonight's contest. This is his second start on the season, 6th appearance, and has really struggled. He's given up 11 earned runs in just 6 2/3 innings, and it's a 14.85 ERA.
The 0-1 takes something off of it, and way ahead of it is Wiley. Pitch was out of the strike zone, but it's 0-2 on the swing. So the Cavaliers looking to have an easier time in the field here in this second inning. Scoreless, bottom of the second. The 0-2 to Wiley is hit slowly to short. Going to be a tough play. Charging is Butler. Wings it way over the head. And wow, that almost took somebody's head off as it goes into the stands. And that's going to be a dead ball. So the second throwing error of the day for the Culpeper Cavaliers. And that's going to put the batter runner Wiley on second base on the dead ball.
Well, it looked like Wiley was going to beat out the ground ball, a slow chopping ground ball that Butler made the play on, but as soon as he released that ball, he knew it. He dove right into the grass and had his head down, just lost the handle on that ball, and Wiley and the Tom Sox definitely aren't going to complain as he's standing in scoring position with just one out.
That's one where if you know your audience, you know you got a center fielder running, you probably eat it just so something like that doesn't happen, but hindsight is 20/20 as the catcher Salvi Alvarez swings and misses at the first pitch. Alvarez with his pant legs up high. One of the few players doing that tonight, I'm noticing. Against Franco, who now has to contend with the sun again. Playing hide and seek all game long thus far, but not a problem there as he paints the outside corner with a fastball strike two.
Franco has really done a nice job painting the outside corner and pretty much living and setting up on the outside part of the plate, and the Tom Sox bats have yet to adjust.
0-2 the count with a runner on second and one away, and I'm not sure where that one was, but it did miss, maybe just outside, and Franco thought he had a K there. So Alvarez still alive, 1-2 the count. Long look in, now Franco goes from the stretch. Coming set at the belt with the red mitt. He tries the curveball and misses upstairs 2-2. Alvarez, the Tom Sox catcher. Out of the University of Florida, Miami native. Gators, of course, had a pretty long stay in Omaha. Coming up just short, though, to the LSU Tigers in the championship series. As now Alvarez has worked it all the way back to 3-2, and Franco thought he had that K on the 0-2 pitch, and now having to work a little harder. The payoff with a runner on second. The kick, the delivery, and that one is nowhere close, down and outside. And the Tom Sox now multiple base runners, one out. As this is the situation they were in back in the first inning. Unable to get anything done, first and second, one out. And now Brady Gumpf, the 9-hole hitter, is up.
Tom Sox have gotten runners in scoring position so far and runners on base in the first two innings. Now you're in a position where you need to capitalize on it and drive runners home. And yes, they're on a 3-game winning streak, but in the first two games, offense was really hard to come by for the Tom Sox. And it's positions like these where you have runners on base that you specifically need to capitalize in.
Gumpf takes the first pitch low. It's 1-0. Alvarez on first, Wiley on second with one away. The second pitch is hit high in the air, short left field. We'll see if it's the shortstop Butler or the left fielder Tarosian. It's going to be Tarosian who makes the call and bags out number 2 for the Cavaliers. So now it'll be up to the top of the inning. Kyle Edwards, top of the order I should say. Kyle Edwards, who had a solid base hit his first time at the plate. And if he repeats the feat, you got to think with a runner on second, that's the plate's the game's first run. We'll see if we get any motion again from the Tom Sox on the base paths. As Franco looks back to second, now he kicks, fires, and misses high with a curveball.
Wiley does have some speed standing on second base, has swiped 6 bags this year, so definitely at 2 outs, you're going to be running on contact. And if Edwards can repeat what he did in the first inning, Charlottesville might take an early lead.
The 1-0 from Franco sits on the outside corner for strike 1. Franco's got the red mitt, as mentioned, but he's also got bright yellow cleats. The 1-1. Kicks, delivers, and that one is hit sharply foul, and Brian Worth, the third base coach, has to duck to get out of the way, and it's 1-2. Tom Sox left 2 on in the first. Trying not to have that happen again here as Franco shakes off a sign from his catcher Peterson. First and second, 2 away, 1-2 the count. No score here in the bottom of the second, and time called. Now Franco ready again. Coming set at the belt. Looking back to second. Wiley takes off. Curveball, and it's hit high in the air. Left center field. Long run for Tarosian and for Vu. Neither of them can come up with it, and the Tom Sox are going to get 2 runs. Wiley saunters home. He's followed in by Alvarez, who jogs in slowly to the plate as Kyle Edwards takes his place at second base, and he is driven in 2 with a 2-out double.
What an at-bat from Kyle Edwards there, fighting off some pitches from Franco and just lining it right into the left center field gap. And this is what we talked about, capitalizing with runners on base, and this is something that Charlottesville did a good job at the beginning of the season, but more so lately they've really been struggling. But Edwards comes up with a crucial 2 RBI double and gets the party started early.
So 2-0 our score here in the bottom of the second, 2 away for Bryce Martinez, the second baseman, who hit into a fielder's choice and reached on the error, fouling back the first pitch. It's 0-1. As Edwards now halfway to the cycle. All he needs is a triple and a home run. 0-1 the count now to Martinez. As Edwards dances off second base. There he goes towards third. Martinez goes reaching for this one. Hits it high in the air, left field, going back, reaching up, and at the fence, Tarosian bangs into it, but holds on to the ball. And that was a loud out number 3 for the Tom Sox. But they get a 2-run double from Kyle Edwards. A couple of hits, another Culpeper error, and it's 2-0 as we go to the 3rd inning. This is Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox 2, Culpeper Cavaliers 0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. As Shane Stossel, tale of 2 innings, but still scoreless. Culpeper got a couple guys on, but Stossel stranded him, as opposed to the first inning where he struck out the side. As the Cavaliers will start with their 9-hole hitter, Grayson Fitzwater, the designated hitter tonight in a lefty-on-righty matchup against Stossel. Tom Sox got the first 2 runs in tonight's game with a 2-out double to left center from Kyle Edwards, scoring David Wiley and Salvi Alvarez. As first pitch swinging here from the designated hitter Fitzwater, lazy fly ball the opposite way into left field, and it's easy pickings for Brady Gumpf for out number 1.
Well, after a long second inning where Shane Stossel had to throw a lot of extra pitches, it definitely helps getting the first out of the 3rd inning on 1 pitch, and look for Stossel to attack the zone more. That's something that he did in the first inning, got a lot of swings and misses when doing so.
Now he's about to face the part of the order where that happened. The top of the Culpeper order, Jack Tarosian, the left fielder, who struck out looking his first time at the plate. First pitch to him is called a strike. Tarosian out of Creighton, Omaha native, so playing right in his backyard. They actually play in the stadium that the College World Series is held. The 0-1, swing and a miss. And in quick 0-2 count now. As the Tom Sox have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd. Good crowd here tonight despite the heat and humidity. 0-2 the count. Stossel delivers as that one is hit sharply on the ground but foul to the third base side.
Ferosian's a tough hitter to put away. I know that he struck out looking to begin the contest, but before that strikeout came into tonight hitting 389, 28 hits, 8 RBIs. He's the prototypical leadoff guy. Also has a lot of speed, so he does all the little things for this Cavalier lineup.
The 0-2 is high and outside for ball number 1. Ferosian wearing number 5. Long look in from Stossel. Now from the windup, the 1-2 pitch with 1 away is looped in the air, but it'll stay over the infield, and Kyle Edwards will pick it out of the air for out number 2. Noticing these Culpeper hitters have been behind on Stossel's fastball here through these early innings.
He's done a nice job attacking early with the fastball, and when he has a lot of velocity on it, so when you have a fastball that does come in as fast as Stossel's does, and he has a breaking pitch that can change the eye levels, it's a very challenging task for these Cavalier hitters.
First pitch swinging again here from the 2-hole hitter, Connor Butler. This is up the elevator shaft, middle of the infield, and calling off Edwards is the second baseman, Bryce Martinez. So 1, 2, 3 go the Culpeper Cavaliers here in the top of the 3rd, and a big consolidation there of momentum for the Tom Sox as they go to the bottom half of the 3rd with a 2-0 lead here on Tom Sox TV. Back here at CHO Airport Field, Luke Ned Carney, Alex Rocco, here with you for this contest between the Charlottesville Tom Sox and the Culpeper Cavaliers. Tom Sox get a 2-out double from Kyle Edwards, plating 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and then Alex, a really strong performance again from Shane Stossel in the top of the 3rd on the mound.
That's exactly right, and where Stossel ran into a couple of issues in that 2nd inning, bounced back really strong in the 3rd inning, and he's looked extremely solid in his first outing of the year. It's a guy that pitched a little bit down the stretch last season for Charlottesville, but making his first appearance tonight and really having success so far through the first 3 innings.
And here come the heavy hitters in this bottom of the 3rd, 3, 4, and 5, meaning Derek Williams will lead things off. And he takes the ball outside from Johan Franco. The right-hander out of Georgetown who misses with the 2nd pitch as well, and now a hitter's count for Williams, 2-0. He's been on a tear. He's got a couple home runs in the last 3 games, all of which the Tom Sox have won. 2-0 fastball comes in, and Williams wanted that one, but he pops it up a mile over foul territory, and it's going to get out of play down the 3rd base side.
Williams put a big swing on that ball, was trying to send it out and make this game 3-0, but just got underneath it just a tad.
His home run on Thursday against Stanton, a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 7th, was a pinch hit appearance. So he came in for Calvin Alexander, another power hitter for the Tom Sox, who you see behind the plate a lot here this season. As Williams gets under this one into center field, it'll be a can of corn for Ken Vu, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Another fastball there that he had eyes for.
He put a good swing on it, but just got underneath it a little bit, and the center fielder, Kien Vu, didn't have to move a whole lot there, ranging in the outfield.
Alex Boucher bats, the first baseman, with 1 away, and the base is empty here in the bottom of the 3rd. His team up 2-0, and the Old Dominion product takes a ball low and outside. Franco now working quickly with those yellow cleats, misses downstairs again, and he almost tumbles off the mound as he gets a new ball from his catcher. On-deck batter Hollis Porter comes over and retrieves the passed ball, which nobody on base, so nobody going anywhere. 2-0 the count now. Fastball stays upstairs, and you got to figure you'll see a take sign here.
Yeah, no need for Boucher to swing on a 3-0 count with only one out. Make Franco come to him.
Here's the kick, the delivery, and that one's up and away. So a 4-pitch walk for Alex Boucher. He atones for a strikeout his first time at the plate. One-out base runner for the Tom Sox here, who already have a 2-0 lead.
Franco hasn't had the control that he's had normally so far this season. 3 walks in 3 innings so far. Look for the Tom Sox to expand on that and build on the free passes.
Hollis Porter flew out to center his first time with runners on second and third. Back in that first inning, first pitch is a strike over the outer half from Franco, who's got to contend with a 1-out base runner. Hinks, the on-deck batter. The kick, the delivery, and that one is sliced down the first base line and almost took out someone in the Tom Sox bullpen there. So nice little move out there to get out of the way. I'm not sure who that was, but there is a little bit of action stirring. Nobody's throwing right now, but we will see how long the Tom Sox stick with Shane Stossel, who's looked really good through 3 innings of a 2-0 ball game. 0-2 the count now to Porter with 1 away. Runner on first. That's Alex Boucher. Here's the 0-2, and that one is a curveball that gets away from the catcher, Peterson, and I think that's going to be a pass ball. Popped out of his glove, and it allows the runner Boucher to get down to second.
Well, it also looked like Franco lost the handle on that breaking ball, and Peterson tried to glove it down, but just tipped off the outside of his glove. But Boucher now in scoring position with just 1 out.
Tom Sox looking to add to it here in the bottom of the third. The 1-2 pitch upstairs again. As the Cavaliers bullpen is silent here in this bottom of the third inning. Shadows creeping onto the field left to right, covering a little less than half of it at the moment. Here's the 2-2 with 1 away. Porter jumps out of the way and can't believe the call as it's a third strike on the inner half, and Porter shaking his head as he walks back to the dugout. But the win there for the Cavaliers. They can get out of the inning here by stranding another Tom Sox runner in scoring position.
Franco tried to nab the inside part of the plate and gets the call there, much to the disbelief of Hollis Porter, but a nice bounce-back strikeout there for Franco.
So 2 away, runner on second, and up to Connor Hinks, the third baseman from Notre Dame, to keep this inning going for the Tom Sox. First pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Franco looks down. Now he fires from the stretch, and a nice-looking curveball there, fooling Hinks, and he checks his swing, but goes around too far. And it's 0-2, or excuse me, 1-1. Sox ahead 2-0 here. Boucher on second. Hinks swings at the 1-1 and dribbles it foul, and a nice one-handed pickup there by Trey Smith, the first base coach. Smith, a product of Orange County High School, and played for the Tom Sox here. Also at Glenville State in West Virginia. 1-2 the count now to the Notre Dame product. Connor Hinks looking to drive in Alex Boucher. Give the Tom Sox their third run. With 2 away, the look back to second, the kick from Franco, the pitch, and that is a beautiful breaker on the inner half for a called third strike. Tom Sox unable to get a man home from scoring position for the second inning out of 3, but they do lead 2-0 as we go to the fourth. This is Tom Sox TV. Airport Field as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And it's time to turn over play-by-play duties to Alex Rocco.
Well, thank you, Luke. And the Charlottesville Tom Sox begin the 4th inning of play with a 2-0 lead. And starting things off for the Culpeper Cavaliers, that would be the 3-hole hitting second baseman David Coppage. Coppage struck out swinging in the 1st inning, one of 3 first-inning strikeouts for Shane Stossel. First pitch is in there for strike 1 from Stossel, who's looked extremely impressive in the first 3 innings, Luke.
He's been pounding the zone. Got 5 strikeouts here, first time through the order for Culpeper.
The 0-1 from Stossel to Coppage. One misses low for a ball. Count now even at 1-1. Coppage came into tonight's contest hitting .271, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch. This one laced on the ground and threw into left field for a leadoff single for David Coppage.
Second time through the order, you start to pick up a little bit on what the guy's primary pitch is. And Stossel went with a fastball, which is what he's been going with all night, and Coppage was ready for it. Nice piece of hitting there.
Now it's the center fielder, Kian Vu. Vu doubled to lead off the 2nd inning, also stole third base, but was stranded there. Stossel working out of the stretch. Now the first pitch to Vu, blocked in the dirt by the catcher, Salvador Alvarez.
Vu had a double back in the 2nd inning to kick off a threat for the Cavaliers, but we saw Stossel work out of it.
Stossel now peering in, gets a sign from Alvarez, checks the runner Coppage. Now comes set, deals the 1-0 pitch. That one skied down the third base line. Giving chase is the third baseman Connor Hinks. That one goes out of play for a foul ball. Is the count to Vu, and before that pitch, we got a pickoff move over to first base, but that one gets behind the first baseman, Alex Boucher. Moving up 90 feet is the runner, David Coppage. So just like that, Shane Stossel fires one wide, and Coppage moves into scoring position still with no outs.
Probably his first mistake of the night, and it wasn't even a pitch. Tough luck there, as he's throwing from the shadows into the sun there at first base. Tough one for Boucher.
Now it's Coppage standing on second base. 1-1 the count here to Kian Vu. One misses inside for a ball. Vu now up at the count 2-1.
Vu fouled off about half a dozen pitches before he hit that double to left center. Or right center, I should say, back in the 2nd.
Vu hit that ball to the deepest part of the ballpark, and if he hit that one down the right field line, we're talking about this game being a 1-0 ball game, but really put a charge into it. The 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss there from Vu as Stossel evens the count at 2-2.
There was an off-speed pitch there. Good choice from somebody who's been working mostly with the fastball.
Luke Cavalier getting warm in the Tom Sox bullpen. Stossel here in inning number 4. The 2-2 offering to Vu. This one laced right back up the middle into center field. Wiley to field it. His throw home. Trying to get the runner Coppage. That one sails over the head of Alvarez. Vu motors his way into second base. And just like that, Kian Vu stands in scoring position with an RBI single.
That's a misguided decision there by the center fielder, David Wiley. That's one you just throw into second base, keep the double play in order. You're not going to get the runner running from home. So you let him score the run there. You still have the lead, but now because that throw was way offline, Vu gets to second base, and he's in scoring position now.
So it's a 2-1 ball game here in Charlottesville, and now it's the first baseman and 5-hole hitter, Reese Beheeler, digging in.
Familiar situation. Vu on second base with nobody out.
Beheeler walked in that 2nd inning. First pitch of him plunks him. So he will take the slow stroll down to first base, and not the ideal outcome that Shane Stossel wanted.
That one hit him right off the front foot.
And now before Keith Savoy digs in, we'll get a time on the play as Lyndon Coleman jogs out from the Tom Sox dugout.
And we'll see how much more of a leash that Stossel's going to get. A lot of times we'll see the guy go through the order twice and then get pulled, or we're in the middle of the Cavaliers order here, the 6-hole with Savoy, who flew out to left field, hit the ball pretty solidly, just directly at the left fielder Gumpf his first time at the plate. So the whole Tom Sox infield is gathered around, including catcher Salvi Alvarez. And now Rob Roop is going to walk slowly out. As it looks like we're gonna be sticking with Stossel here for the time being. I feel like he would have made the signal already if this was a pitching change.
And Luke Havlicek still is getting warm out in the bullpen. It might just be some strategy allowing Cavalier to warm up even more and just talk things over. Still no outs with runners on first and second, and Charlottesville has already given up a run in this inning.
Interesting. You got both umpires out there, out on the mound right now. I don't know if we are, and now we do get a signal to the bullpen from Coleman, so very, very late. But we are going to have a pitching change.
So Shane Stossel's night is done. Enter Luke Cavalier, and as he warms up, we will step aside for a quick break. Stay tuned for more right here on Tom Sox TV.